He basically started the small independent board brand model that we see today on so many different brands. What's up guys, my name's Levi and this is Shred Shop connecting you to skateboarding, and today we're doing a first look at Last Resort AB skate shoes. The reason we're doing a first look is this is a new brand to our store. Some of you guys might have seen it out there in the streets or at other shops. It is dope. We want to support skater-owned shoe brands and skater-owned skate brands the best way we can, and that's why we brought this in. Let's take a look together. In this video we're going to talk about who Last Resort is owned by, why we picked it up, the team, and the current models. The face of Last Resort AB is Pontus Alv. You might know him because he's also the owner of Polar Skateboards. As well, he's shaken up the skateboard industry a ton over the years. Pontus was born in a small town in Sweden. He moved to the States to skateboard and eventually became pro. Now, for some of you guys who don't know, turning pro before Instagram, before social media, was quite tough. You couldn't just send your footage to the pros and get your name out there as easily. You had to be in their faces, be in their communities. So Pontus probably moved to California, got in their faces, skated the same spots as them, and got recognized. It was a big deal. He really shook up the skateboard industry when he launched Polar Skateboards. Before that, every big board brand was kind of based out of California, for the most part at least. And he was based out of Sweden. He basically started the small independent board brand model that we see today on so many different brands. He also shook up the skateboard industry when he came out with Polar. He did collaborations with Nike and Converse and other big brands, worked his way up, and he was designing shoes with them. It was so crazy that he made a name for himself even before he ever launched Last Resort AB. He basically said that when he worked with Nike and Converse, any of the shoes that he designed with them, they never really came out exactly how he designed them. There was always different manufacturing things or other things that came up, so he didn't always love the shoes that he put out. So when he launched Last Resort, he decided to break free. That's kind of his slogan. You see it on my shirt here. It's on the heel tab of the shoes. His idea was, I am going to put out shoes the way I design them, the way I want them. He wanted to give a cool skater-owned shoe option to skaters out there that didn't really exist in the market. Pontus met up with his homie Sammy that he used to skate with in Sweden. Sammy is a high-end shoe designer in places like Japan. Sammy had his own shoe company called 3320. But on their legal registered name, it was Last Resort AB for tax purposes. So that's how we got this name. Pontus said to Sammy that 3320 was kind of a mouthful for a name of a brand. So they went with Last Resort AB. And if you didn't know, AB in Sweden is the Americanized version of LLC, or whatever a registered company would be. And so this is their nod to the fact that these shoes were designed in Sweden. When they launched the brand for team riders, they only had Pontus and a couple of his friends. We think this is pretty dope because they kind of did it on a shoestring budget. They didn't need any huge names to launch the brand. It still crushed it and killed it. They had so much success right off the bat without being in mall stores like Zumiez or any of these other major ones, and they still killed it. After the first run, people loved it. There was so much good feedback. These shoes blew up. They sold so good, and so from there, they started slowly building the team. The team is really well thought out and put together. It's super cohesive. It looks like all the dudes skate together. So over time, they built this team. The current team consists of Pontus Alv, Nick Rios, Chris Millick, Ludwig Hackinson, and recently they just added Jesse Alba and Dane Brady, which is pretty huge because Jesse Alba was fully on Converse when he made the switch to Last Resort. They currently have two shoes on the market. They have the VM001, which comes in a low and a high, and the VM002, which comes in a low and a high. This colorway is also the first time that you're seeing this. The VM002 is brand new for fall. Comparing the 001 and the 002, just from first look, first thing I notice is the toe box. Basically, the 001 is drawn back. The stitching goes back like this. There's no stitching on the toe whatsoever. Kind of like Vans used to have this shoe called the Epoch. This one has a straight across toe box like that with an extra piece of fabric on top. Kind of what we see in the old school, but again, it's their own take on this. So it's shorter on here, shorter on here. Other thing that is similar between the two of these is the wavy lace holes or the eyelets, the way they follow up there. Really cool hit. Around the back, the collar is padded. That's gonna be on both. The 002 doesn't necessarily have any embossing on the heel though at all. Some of the similarities between the two of these, if you've seen the 001 and you're thinking about getting the 002, is the leather inside the collar here is so nice. The leather on the insole, again, super nice for sliding your foot inside and out, and again, just a luxury thing. The materials are higher end than what you're used to on other shoes. If you look at the laces, they're actually like a luxury lace, the way that they're knit and everything. It's not just a basic run-of-the-mill lace. Overall, these materials that they're doing makes it look like a higher end shoe. If you look at the silhouette from the top, you can tell it's a narrow shoe. He said that he designed it this way so that as the shoes kind of potato out and bulk out and stretch out, they don't look like absolute pieces of bread on your feet. You still look cool while wearing them. So they might fit snug at the beginning because they're intended to, but they're gonna pack out and look dope while still skating well. As well, the foxing on both, this shiny rubber on this foxing on the 001 is hot right now, people like it. And the 002 foxing on this one is textured, kind of like bed liner in your truck. If you guys aren't from Canada or Alberta, you might know what a truck is. Another style thing, when you flip these things over, they got the same sole. It's kind of like Converse-y style a little bit, but if you look close, there's like animation. There's straight up cartoons in here, the same as the eye logo that's on the heel tab here. It's right there built into the sole. It's crazy grippy. All around, probably a good shoe. But another thing that we absolutely love about Last Resort and their styles is Pontus always said, why do these other shoe brands always have to have their logo huge on the side? You have to add so much extra crap getting in the way of making the shoe look dope. If you look, Last Resort knows what's up, keeping it simple so you can look dope in the club, on the street corner, and you can also skate. Some of our customers have said that these shoes don't quite fit true to size. That might not be the story for everyone, but definitely go to your local shop and try them on before you cop a pair, because some people have said they might need to go down a half size, but that might not be the story for everyone. Guys, thanks so much for watching. This is Levi's Shred Shop connecting you to skateboarding, and you just watched our first look at the Last Resort AB brand and skate shoes. Go down to your local shop, buy them from there. They don't sell in mall stores, but hey, just stay the heck out of mall stores anyways. Spend your cash in your local community or in the community over from yours to build into the local economy and help skaters help skaters. Stay tuned for Comment of the Week. We got a spicy one. Comment of the week is from my man Ballistic Zombie 7. Here's the first thing, bud. Get a better username. Second thing, he says, Independent shouldn't have changed their stuff. They could just show where they got it, if from, and get debunked. Here's the thing. Go over and watch our 14 things you didn't know about Independent, and then you can find out what he's talking about. But if you know where they got their logo from, let us know, and let Ballistic Zombie 7 know where to find it and how to get a better username. All right. Just kidding, bud. You're the best. Peace.
Yes. Yes.